Hello, welcome to my channel Lady D Psychic, and this will be my video for the week ahead where I look at the transits for the week as well as I do a card reading and a channel as well. So for this week, what we got coming up is where um, the exact transits are, is that we have on the 14th, so it's on just on Sunday, we've got we've got Mercury, which is in sextile to Pluto. So with that can be a change of way you're thinking. So we are already in that transit, and it's just where the transit becomes more exact. With that, we've also got on the same day, we've got Mars to be squaring to Jupiter. So with that, you might not be feeling as confident. You could be feeling a little bit angry with that transit as well. It's kind of like things aren't going your way, or I said you might not feeling like sort of self-worth, or your confidence may be going a bit might not be there, not wanting to socialize, because we do have Mars, which is in Sagittarius. And we've also got coming up on the 14th, we've got the Sun in Tri to Chiron. That will try and bring some kind of healing to you, and something that's really be on your mind or really be getting to you. And then on the 17th, we've got the Sun in square to Saturn. That can be a bit of a problematic day with that transit. And then we've got on the 15th, we've got Mars, which will be moving from Sagittarius into Capricorn. So we might be more wanting to be more structured in our lives. We're wanting to have more routine. We might wanting to sort of more following the rules as well with that transit too. And we might not want to be stuck. We might be more thinking about not so much about freedoms, but more about the rules and control systems, what we want to do, and about putting in boundaries too with Mars in Capricorn as well. If someone doesn't follow the rules, maybe it's going to aggravate you as well, perhaps, with that transit. So that's what we got coming up. I know from today, which is the 12th, we do have a lot of positive aspects to Mercury. So we've got Mercury in triad to Jupiter, in triad to Saturn. We're still in that opposition between Uranus and Mercury as well. So we've still got an opposition there that happened yesterday. So it could be unexpected news coming up for you with that transit. And then we've also got it still in triad to Neptune, and that sextile happening with Pluto. So we do have some positive things happening towards our communication and how we're thinking, maybe feeling more upbeat. But then by the time we get to next Thursday, which will be the 18th of the month, get to the 18th. So we are hitting more. We don't have as many positive aspects to Jupiter. We've still got that opposition kind of still happening. We've got we've got a tri still happening, and sextile tri to Neptune, but we've got some squares to Venus starting though. So we've got a square to Venus and Saturn starting, as well as to Neptune, which can be affecting relationships as also money. And then we've got that square with that Mars to Saturn, but also with Neptune with Mars too. So it could be a bit of anger about something about delusion, could also be coming in with that too. Trying to create like a path. What I've got coming up, well, we are coming up into a conjunction. So early January, I think it is, we will have a conjunction of Mars, Venus, and I think the Sun. We are going to come up with a conjunction. Because as it is now, Venus and the Sun are coming close together, so they are going to start to forming a conjunction soon. But I know we've got some planets meeting up, the smaller planets meeting up, and we're coming into January as well. So what I've got also coming up for this week ahead, I'm feeling tired and exhausted. I know it's the time of year, but in myself, it's just feeling flat. It could be a sense here of just messy, things being a bit messy all over the place, trying to make people happy, trying to please people, maybe coming up here, like feeling the pressure as well this week, and wanting wanting forgiveness maybe coming in too this week. There could be some kind of like explosion or something happening, like a temper or an explosion may happen around the world. It's got explosion here, my notes, and they've got people forgetting the past. People sort of forgetting the past and not realizing that history repeats itself as well. So I just feel like it's going to be a week I don't think it's going to be. I think it'll be a week we'll be glad it's over, and I think it's going to be a tough week. It's like, but we're getting to the end. I know for myself, next week it's like the last week of my work of my other job that I do. So I finished that on Friday next week. So it's like getting to that end day, or even But I know I've got busy days in ahead of that, and got to get like plenty of things that I've got to get done and sorted out for the last week too, and for my team. So I don't think it's going to be an easy week. I think it will be a little bit hard too. So let's do the cards and see what we get with the cards for this week. See. The white cat. This one's sending out to me, so we'll do this deck. The white cat. Let's have a look here. Yeah, it's like it could be an explosion or a shock could be coming up. Let's have a look. Oh, dear. People also forgetting the values of things too, also coming up here. I have got a card here for heartache or heartbreak, and it could be like a split in a collective as well, where people are on either side. People arguing over like similar things, but not sort of realizing they're on the same page. I feel like that it could be a week of where you're being sort of held back, or maybe even feeling trapped, like you're sort of held prisoner. But there is a game of waiting here, of waiting. There could be a nice surprise that comes up. I feel like there could be a nice surprise that comes your way. I feel like by early week, so by Tuesday, there is a thing here of wanting things to be in balance, or really trying your best to make things balance. And it could be a bit of a sob story coming up here, like people sort of saying poor me, and people trying to get sympathy, but also work around certain situations and certain things. I feel like people are trying to make things very complicated, so it's about making things uncomplicated. And I have a feeling it's going to be like, what about me? What about me? So people aren't happy with the way that things are heading, or Christmas Day, or plans for Christmas. There could be putting the brakes on as well. So like all plans moving ahead, and then the plan changes, and there's a halt in the plan. You might find there's people walking away, or you're walking away from something that's just too messy, too hard to complete, too hard to redo. Could also be coming up this week, but I kind of feel like it's just going to be a challenging week. It might feel like you're a fish out of water, or you're finding it hard to breathe, and hard to sit in the reality of it is. And it could be a sense of people not wanting to miss the boat, or not wanting to miss something of what's coming up. I feel like though you're preparing about money issues. So I feel like with this week is about preparing for the future with money, income streams. There's going to be a sense here of planning for finances here, and knowing when to also walk away as well. But I just don't feel like people will be on one side. I feel like there's going to be two different sides of things, but there is some sort of transformation happening where it is change, but it's like, what will the change also bring for you? But I just feel like there's an awkwardness here, both or fish out of water awkwardness, or finding, as I said, finding it hard to breathe, but also making an impact on, or keeping the scales balanced. But also there's something about is going to put a halt on something, or something's going to put a halt to some plan, or some a reaction. There's like a freeze on something as well, and maybe that you can't believe your eyes, or you find it hard to sleep. But there is some sort of disappointment that's going to happen too, some sort of like heartbreak or disappointment also coming up for this week as well. I just feel like it's not going to be smooth sailing or an easy week. As I said to myself, I've just been feeling like flat myself too. But it's like we get to that at the end of the year as well, where we are get like that too, where it can be just hard. Okay, so let me just do a channel for the week ahead. So let's see. This week will be a very busy week for you all. For you're all in a hurry to get things done for the end of the year. For the clock is ticking and the time is nearing. You're all trying to get ahead for next year and start planning ahead for next year as well. For things seem messy and things will seem quite tough. And financially, it's going to seem like everything's just a big mess. But what you aren't seeing is behind the scenes of what's really happening. You aren't seeing there's going to be change of money values. Monetary systems are going to be changing. This will be coming into effect of June, July next year. You aren't seeing the behind the scenes where the markets are crashing, where everything is not as it seems, where everything's propped up, but they're not really propped up. It is just behind the scenes. The housing market going to fall and crash next year. For you aren't seeing that for financially stability is definitely not going to be there anymore. These are all changes and you're all going to see them be revealed next year. For next year is the big countdown to the clock for the near future of what it's the future to come and where you're going to be living and how you're going to be doing things. Right now, the future seems so scary, but also seems so bright because you just don't know what it's all to bring. So, um, hello, kitty cat. She had her haircut last Monday. She looks very cute. She had a bow on, but she's taken it off. So, so tomorrow I'll be at the Christmas market in Campbelltown West Leagues. That is my last fair for the year. I will still be taking it here for availability for appointments over the Christmas period. They will be limited, but I will be available. So if you do want a reading, please contact me through my social media, through my Instagram or Facebook. That's the best way to contact me to make sure that I get the messages. I also will be. My prices do go changing. Yeah, so prices will be going up January 1st. So if you want a reading with my current prices, contact me now and get a booking in before the end of the month. Otherwise, my new prices will be $10 more. And then next year on the 10th, I'll be back up to Shop Central Coast doing readings there. And then the following week, I'll be at Dawson doing readings at the fair in Dawson. And then I got the end of the month where I've got my show with Katrina, numerologist, as well as Katrina with numerologist, and then also the Flamingos live event happening on the Friday before our show. And then also we've got happening in February, I'll be in New Zealand doing readings and workshops too. There's already a lot happening next year that I have planned, and I'm sure there'll be more things coming up next year as well. So this Thursday night coming up will be my last live of the year. So because Christmas falls on a Thursday for me, so the following week will be Christmas and that'll be New Year's Day. So this will be my last live, and then I'll start up probably the second or third week in January. So please catch my live, and then also I'm doing my horoscopes already, so I'm hoping to get them done and finished this weekend, so I can start concentrating on my videos for next year. So I always do my predictions for the year ahead, and I'll do the astrology as well, so that I can start planning those videos too. Plus some other videos that I want to start looking at too on the break, as I never stop working, always doing something with my business. But anyways, so I think that's about it. So thank you for shares and your comments, and I will see you for my next video. So bye for now.